We're going to New York. We're going to Africa.
Not Africa.
Bobby's face.
Mais l'étime Paris.
Come, Paris.
I've been dreaming about doing this since I literally started my business, knowing that one day I'm gonna have success in my business to such a degree that I can spoil my loved ones around me.
So we planned a massive surprise for my Russian immigrant grandparents, and they have no idea. Tomorrow we are taking my grandparents to LAX, into the business class cabin on Air France, and flying over the Atlantic to Paris. And we aren't going to tell them where we are going until the very last second. My grandparents fled the Soviet Union in the middle of the night, bringing my parents and I and leaving everything behind except $900 for the 5 of us to start fresh in the USA. They lived modestly and struggled to build a new life in America, as many immigrants do. They have been on cruises to Mexico, but never let their dreams wander too far from the reality that they were living. Europe seemed a world away. Also, my grandma has a fear of jet lag. She thinks it's going to ruin her health overnight, which is obviously ridiculous. But that's how Babushkas think. If you know, you know.
I literally have no idea what their reaction is gonna be. Regardless, this is such a dream come true. Russian immigrants starting from nothing here in the United States, creating the American dream, traveling the world. So grateful that I can do this. So yeah, come along on this journey.
Stars of the show have arrived.
Sleep mask. Самое любимое.
Сказал.
Темнота.
Нет, как вам нравится?
Oh my god, this is the most stylish grandma I've ever seen.
I know.
Wow. Ready for Mexico.
Not Mexico. I love my baby.
La la.
Ты носки грызешь.
Деда, ты excited?
Ну какая разница?
Ну ты excited.
I don't care where you go. I go with you.
Aww.
You guys excited to go to Mexico?
Mexico?
You ready to go to New York?
I am ready to go anywhere.
And just like that, we were off. First stop, Tom Bradley International Airport. It's time to deliver the surprise. We're going to New York.
No, babe.
Good.
We're going to Africa.
Not Africa.
Bobby's face.
Let me reveal it. Mais l'étime Paris.
Come, Paris.
Paris!
Бабушка, я ж тебе говорила, что это будет
Еще.
Mais l'étime Paris l'étime.
Еще там.
Okay, let's go check in.
Where are you going?
Paris.
Where are you going?
That was so much fun. He was 9 weeks in the womb last time we were in Paris. We gotta top that trip. I gave Brennan my nausea bands because he had food poisoning. We were sharing nausea bands. That's the kind of trip that we had last time.
It was up.
No more fish specials for you?
Last time we were in Paris, it was during 2021, so traveling was still strict, and so when Paris opened, we got quite lucky and we were able to upgrade to the exclusive La Première first class cabin from LA to Paris. They only have 4 seats in the entire cabin, they serve the most incredible champagne, and you know a Russian Ukrainian loves her caviar. The ambiance was lovely and made 10 hours feel like minutes. And just like that, I was with my wife and the future mother of Orion, wandering the city of love. What could possibly go wrong? We explored, we shopped, we did all the things we hoped to do when we came to Paris, until a critical error.
Brennan ordered a lunch that shouldn't be ordered for lunch. For the rest of the trip, he had food poisoning, and we were stuck in our Airbnb with him retching, feverish, and borrowing my pregnancy nausea bands.
Did we celebrate our anniversary? Well, technically.
Yes, by sleeping and staying alive. Needless to say, we are so excited to be back and share what we love about the city.
Without spending 5 days on a date with a Parisian bathroom. First, we had to take the grandparents through TSA. We only lost the belt and we kept the baby happy, so I'll call it a success. TSA does not want to give him his belt?
Okay. I got the belt.
Wow! We can't even get out of TSA. We're already losing. Seasoned traveler right here. Let's roll. Then we made our way to the lounge to relax for a few before we boarded our plane. Of course, the grandparents were blown away by being in business class. But then we told them that we weren't only taking them to Paris. We're about to tell Bobby and Mila where we're going besides Paris.
Угадай, куда мы еще едете после Парижа? В Италию. Мы? Вы? Да, с нами. Happy vacation.
Thank you very much.
I look down. He's like, look at them, look at them.
I love it, but I'm full. Completely. I gained a couple of pounds already.
It's good? I make better. Grandma was so concerned about flying because God forbid she can't sleep. God forbid jet lag. She's sleeping.
She will get a good experience. Hello, good morning. Good French morning.
Well, we made it. We are accepted into Paris. Everyone here? Okay, we all made it. That's all for now. That's all we got right now.
And just like that, we found ourselves in Paris, one of our favorite places in Europe. We were all tired and the baby was confused, so we dropped our bags and made our way to a Parisian cafe for lunch.
Après tout ce temps, j'apprends que tu as une vie là-bas dehors. Après toutes ces années, je découvre que je te partage avec une autre, mon chéri.
After we finished lunch, we made our way back to our Airbnb, a beautiful 3-bedroom corner flat on the top floor of an old building with a wraparound terrace along Boulevard Saint-Germain in the 6th Arrondissement. I don't know if vlogs ever start where like you land. When we're jet lagged, all I can think about is trying to stay awake long enough so I don't screw up the rest of my trip. But we're all alive, so we did some stuff yesterday, but none of it's on film. And today is our first outing, so we have the whole clan here. The queen herself, matriarchs, and the patriarch. I don't know what I am, I'm just a tag along. And then of course, the ultimate
King. We're in Paris right now with the grandparents. It's crazy.
Paris has an incredibly convenient transit system, but because the grandparents were with us, we chose to use a black car, as it is much friendlier to the more limited mobility crowd when covering the large distances between certain Paris landmarks.
First up, obviously a trip to see one of the most famous museums in the world, the Louvre.
The next available time is 4 or 4:30 today. So let's just go to Lafayette right now and then come back here.
I like Lafayette. Bobby, you like Lafayette? Bobby likes to be warm. Well, we went to the Louvre and we didn't even get in because it's so busy you'd think it's freaking June or July.
Does it feel like it's August?
It's like August. It's madness here. So
2 minutes.
we decided to instead go to Galeries Lafayette, which was a great decision. It's a little cold. It's very busy. There's a lot of people here. And it just wasn't the vibe right now. So we're going to go back, I think, on Wednesday or something. But yeah, no more Louvre on day 1 in Paris. Hey, how you like croissants?
I like the cognac more because it's cold now.
What's a cognac?
Cognac.
You want cognac right now?
Not, I don't want it.
Okay,
but
okay.
I mean, the alcohol is better now.
It's only 1 o'clock. That's cool.
1 o'clock, it's time to start.
It's good. Okay, now that my grandpa has revealed his true Russian nature, a noon date with cognac, we were off to Galeries Lafayette. It's really just a colossal department store. I mean, it's massive. It's multiple buildings on multiple city blocks.
Tout sera parfait, j'arrête pas t'oublier.
So where are we?
Galeries Lafayette.
And what is that?
It's a department store, but it's famous for its like beauty.
Vibe. It's famous for its vibe. But also, did we or did we not get our favorite suitcases ever here?
Yeah, we did.
Remember?
I got my first Louis Vuitton here too.
And then we couldn't find that Delcy anywhere ever
My
again.
first Louis Vuitton.
I got my first Louis Vuitton here.
Founded in 1893 as a luxury bazaar, it's crowned by a massive, beautifully ornate domed roof. It really feels like a church of commerce or a cathedral of clothes. Either way, it's a must-see for its sheer size, craftsmanship, and shopping. So we made a pit stop before going back home and crashing with exhaustion.
Mes côtés, pour m'équilibrer, trouver ce que cherchais.
At this point, the days begin to blend together. But we didn't let that stop us from a trip to the iconic Place de la Trocadéro to do a photo shoot with the whole family. I mean, how often do you get to have 4 generations take pictures together in front of the Eiffel Tower? The grandparents were so cute together and the baby absolutely loved it.
We finished in a cafe, and after enjoying a few cappuccinos to warm up, took some of my favorite pictures of the whole trip outside the cafe. That afternoon, we went for some mommy, daddy, and baby time and waltzed through the 6th and 7th, enjoying our small family. The only challenge was Orion clearly inherited his dad's infatuation with great wine. Not yet, buddy. This ain't for you, bro.
One of the most interesting parts of this trip was that Orion had the worst jet lag imaginable. He would sleep during the day and we all rotated nights. At 1 a.m., the kid would wake up fully ready to take on the day. Babies are relentless. I didn't mention before, but this trip was in April, which happens to be Brennan's birthday. So I took him to a beautiful Michelin-starred restaurant named Lasserre.
This restaurant was over the top, but we loved every second of it. Caviar, filet, the most delicate flavors and presentation imaginable, a choice of 50 cheeses, and a wine list that would give Louis XVIII a guillotine haircut. Such an amazing dinner to share with my love on my birthday.
The next day, we finally made it back to the Louvre, and despite Babushka's stubbornness, we got her a wheelchair and led to this magic. She was front row to the Mona Lisa. Brennan didn't need LASIK after all. Babushka was exhausted from being so close to the Mona Lisa and crepes in the Latin Quarter, so we took her, Orion, and Mom back to the Airbnb and decided to take my grandpa on a date around Paris.
We ventured back to the Latin Quarter, the 5th Arrondissement, and we wandered and explored. Past the Pantheon, through the cobblestone streets, stopping to admire stores and nibble here and there. Finally, we had fondue in one of our favorite restaurants on Rue Mouffetard, and after a few drinks, we hobbled to get crepes before heading back home with Grandpa. 3, 2, 1. No, they told me not to, and I already did, so don't say that I did. I'm literally stuck in an elevator right now.
Police.
That doesn't help because the police can't do anything without some maintenance person anyways.
Oh, okay.
And I'm currently stuck between 0 and 1. There's 18 inches right there that I am above the ground floor, so I can't get out. The doors won't close. We've called the apartment company. Hopefully they come soon.
You know, it's very appropriate for mother-in-law to leave her son-in-law somewhere stranded.
That might be payback for the time we left your ass in Singapore stranded. I have a visa, but I can only rely on you guys to lead the passport, because then I'm really gonna be stuck in Paris for a while. It's beginning to feel a lot like this any way you turn. No, it's not Christmas, it's this.